and welcome back to part 10 of Pokemon Yellow. Last time we trekked through Rock Tunnel. Very long dungeon. Very long. Very long. This part we'll be exploring Lavender Town and more so the Lavender Tower. I think that's what it's called. And as you can tell by the music, it's very scary and demonic. Talk to this girl. She asks, "Do you believe in ghosts?" If you say yes, okay. But if you say no, she says that there's a white hand on your shoulder. And there's a creepypasta. Yeah, we know about the creepypasta where they immediately go to kind of like a custom-made battle, and it's like a custom white hand spray. It looks pretty cool. And the Pokemon, I forgot the name, but like the anime that goes with the game, they actually show like a misty white hand, so that's pretty cool. But here in Lavender Town, we have a Pokemon where we can get Great Balls. So, say bye-bye to regular Pokeballs, we can get Great Balls. And then we have a better version of the best item of the game, Super Repels. And Super Repels allows you to ward off Pokemon, weak Pokemon for 150 steps? I don't remember. This guy is the name raider, and let's say you named your Pokemon, you nicknamed your Pokemon something that you didn't want to name it. You could always change it, but we like the names for our team, so we're just gonna trek on. What I like about Lavender Town's music is it's eerie, it's creepy, but you gotta make a big out of that. Okay, uh, 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 uh. This guy's saying that Mr. Fuji is not here, so we're looking for somebody named Mr. Fuji. But as I was saying, yeah, you can get super potions, great balls, just upgraded versions of some of the older items. So it's always useful. Here we have the Pokemon Tower, Lavender Tower, whatever it's called. And this is where Pokemon die, and people come to pay their respects. So Pokemon can actually die. Who knew? That person is a channeler. We'll get to them. And your eyes are not deceiving you. That is Dickwad. So Dickwad, this is where you fight him again. So make sure that your Pokemon are well rested and caught up in levels. This is where his Pokemon evolve. So I was getting ahead of myself from last time, but this is where all his Pokemon evolve. So this is where his Eevee will become a Jolteon, or depending on your stipulations, if you won or lost both times. But we won because again we never lose. So his Eevee will become a Jolteon. His Spearow evolved to Fearow. Sandshrew will evolve into Sandslash, and Remy evolved into Raticate. And yes, unfortunately, again, we only have Embers, so we can't really do that much damage. But we inflicted a burn, so it's doing something. This is when we bring out Jolts, and Jolts will, since we learned Thunderbolt, it's going to take down flying types and water types like nothing. It's also good, again, as mentioned, burns reduce the attack of the Pokemon, so because Pikachu has such low defense, Fearow being burned helped out a little bit. He also caught a Shelder, so he didn't have a Shelder last time on his team, so that's not evolved. But the rest of his party will be evolved. And as Dickwad, he could also be a dickhead. Very easy, again, like, as long as you type match, I'm gonna repeat myself throughout like every part, but as long as you type match and you pay attention, and you also just strategize, you should be fine when you take on Dickwad. He always says he's the best, but he's not. He's not gonna get past it. Like, every time you beat him, he still talks shit. You gotta humble him. And Oogway grew to level 27, so also getting our three starters up to the levels that they should be for when they can evolve to their last form. That's just another. That was the mindset I was having when I was also training. Oh shit, I lied. Yo, nah, I'm not gonna lie. I really thought it was gonna be Jolteon. Okay, so next time, the next time, his Eevee will evolve into Jolteon. I'm really flabbergasted because, and he didn't have Eradicate either, so I lied. He mentions that, or not mentions, in the anime or something, it's implied that his Rattata died and that's why he's there. So I got a lot of shit mixed up. Yo, what the hell? I was like, Eevee, nah. I was 100% sure it was gonna be Jolteon. So I was wrong. And once you go up that stairway, you will encounter wild Pokemon. And this person says that the Silph Scope can unmask them, so that's an item to keep in mind for later. I use the Repel because yes, there are wild encounters. And this is a new trainer type. Channelers. They're possessed. So that's why they said and this is our first ghost type, Ghastly. So it's weird, and you're gonna see why it's weird later on. Ghastly hit us with Confused Ray, so that's another way to get confused, which is annoying. So it's like Supersonic. A little bit more accuracy though. You're going to see it's weird. What's weird about the tower itself? I believe after I get out of this encounter, but this is our first ghost type, as I mentioned. And ghost type cannot be attacked by regular attacks, so it can't be. They're unaffected by normal and fighting type. They're also weak against their own type, ghosts. In Generation 2, they introduced Dark, but we don't have Dark in Generation 1. So they're only weak against ghosts. The good thing about the Ghastly line is that they are also have poison, so Psychic will take care of them, and ground type. So that's a good thing. As mentioned, there are wild encounters, but I'm just gonna say it right now. So we don't have the Silph Scope item, right? And Silph Scope item, the Silph Scope item allows us to see ghosts. When we were in that encounter with the Channeler, we was able to see the ghost, right? We saw the Ghastly in its full form. When you get into an encounter, you don't see the ghost itself. You see just a sprite, like a ghost sprite, and it says the ghost cannot be ID'd. And we'll get to it. Be gone, evil spirit. Sorry, I had to do that. For every one of the channelers, I'm gonna do like some weird possessed voice. Sorry. But yeah, like for every encounter, you're not going to see them. It's just going to be like some sprite and says the ghost can't be ID'd. You can't attack them because your Pokemon will be too afraid. And it's weird because you're seeing a ghost right now when you're fighting the trainers, but when it's just a regular wild battle, you can't see them. It's weird. But getting back to these battles, or getting back to this channeler, they have ghost type Pokemon, Ghastly, and Haunter. Haunter is the evolved form of Ghastly. And every time you beat them, they like get exorcised and they lose their or whatever. Sorry. They have Ghastly, Haunter. And to my knowledge, those are the only ghost type in Gen 1. They don't introduce any more ghost types until Gen 2. So, it's pretty weird. Be cursed with me! Wow! Yo, nah. These... It's the way they're possessed. Wow! And here, again, I'm trying to train my Pokemon up. You're always going to want to do that. Especially our starters, because we want them to be evolved into their final form. I don't know the levels exactly, but each of them evolve around like late 30s. So we're gonna see that a bit later. And Water Gun, is still a weak move, but it's our most powerful water move at the moment. So just keep piling on. It also has stab, so it'll do a little bit more damage. As mentioned, we can't use tackle because it's a normal type move and it won't affect those types. So don't use any normal type moves because it will hit. And 10 parts in, you can see the type in that little box when you on the, excuse me, you can see the type of the move when you hit fight, and it's like a little box next to the move. Yeah, no, 10 parts in and I didn't explain that. I'm such a great LPer, aren't I? One person who will do great here is not Power because he has no moves to hit him. But if he has a ground type move, or any other move, he'll do great because he won't be able to get destroyed by poison type moves if they have a poison type, or Nightshade. And I don't know if Nightshade does super effective. I'm not too sure. Oh, it doesn't because Bulbies have poison and that much damage. So yeah, there is. I don't think it is in Gen 1, but in Gen 2, there are moves that allow you to hit those types. Lock on and Foresight, I believe. And I think it's just, it allows the next move to be hit, no matter what type or whatever. I think that's how it is. But these channelers, and it's not because they're hard per se, it's more so we just don't have anything that could take out ghost types that quickly. We have, like, if we had a psychic type, like if I kept the Drowsy on our team, we would be demolishing these ghost types. Ghost types is strong against psychic as well, but because you'll have at this time most likely a Drowsy evolving into a Hypno, then you'll be able to demolish these Ghastlies. What? And I know, guys, I need to do some item inventory management. When I especially Gen 1, I'm so used to the later generations where everything is separated and you don't have to really worry about that. That item inventory is kind of hard, and that comes into play a little bit later. I think actually right now, in a bit, where if you don't have space, you can't pick it up, and that's just how it is. So you have to kind of waste an item so that you can pick up these random items that you see on the floor. And I know I could have cut this out too, but again, it's part of the journey where if you don't want to go all the way back to the Pokemon Center, then you have to heal right there. And I know what you're saying, I could have done this a little bit later too, so that it's all in one part, but this is part of the game as well. If you don't have the Silph Scope, then you'll see what happens. Because I'm gonna show it. But yeah, this is Ghost? No! Qua! I just love the Qua part. It's like, and some of them get a little bit more demonic. Like we're gonna see, but they're asking for like your blood and your soul. Like it's crazy. Like this one. Eat me not. I'm just coming up with these voices on the fly. It probably sounds like a trainer or. But as you can see, well, actually, right now we're gonna see. If you don't have the Silph Scope, this is the ghost that you'll see. It'll just say ghost, and it can't be ID'd. So just run away, and you can't do anything about it. But as I was saying, that box right there below us is a space where you can heal your Pokemon. So it's basically a Pokemon Center. So you don't have to go all the way back. And this person says, "Come, this is a white magic spot, quote unquote, so you can heal your Pokemon." You shall join us. Oh, I sound like I just nutted. I'm sorry. And this person, zombies. So this person has a new doesn't have a new Pokemon, but you can't get You guys know the rules. You can't get if you can't get by it, then you have to show it off. And there I made a fuck up. I was like smashing again, scratches a normal type move. You can't hit it, so that's where I switched to Ember, so that if I'm matching, it goes straight to Ember and it's a fire type move and it'll hit. And Zuko again, not book 3 Zuko, so it's just not he's not that powerful yet. So he's gonna be taken down. No fault of his own. It's just we're not equipped. We're not equipped for ghost types. Here I switched to power for no reason. I switched to power, but then I was like, oh shit, he doesn't have anything that can hit. So jokes. If you don't have any psychic, my go-to would be like jokes, because Thunderbolt does a lot of damage. Not that much, as you can tell, but does enough damage so that you can take him out like 2 to 3 hits. Ghastlies and Haunters also notarized? No, not notarized. They're known for using Lick, and what Lick does is a ghost type move. It has a chance to paralyze you, which sucks because it makes your speed go down and just again prolongs the battle. Here we found a nugget, so you already know what to do with that. You just sell it at any Pokemon and you get $5,000. I felt that in my soul. But here we have Haunter. Again, Haunter is the evolved form of Ghastly. And it starts off with Confuse Ray, so yay, oh goody. And of course, I hurt myself in confusion. So, don't be like, I'm just gonna say, don't be like me. Even if you're not gonna use it part of your team, bring a Psychic type. It'll help clear this entire tower. Or have someone who can learn a Psychic move. Or more so, just get a Psychic. Just get, and specifically get Drowsy, because it'll evolve to Hypno and you'll be fine. If you have Abra, it'll evolve to Kadabra, but again, you can't get that final form unless you trade it. And unless you have friends who can trade it, or who can, you know, finesse it, then yeah, you're gonna have Kadabra forever. I don't know if you guys hear that, I'm kinda hungry. My stomach's growling, I'm sorry. So if that came through, I apologize. So again, Burn also does damage just like Poison, so whittling away, and luckily we're able to take down the Haunter. But with the Ember, get Zuko to level 24, he's getting better. And he learned a new move finally, Rage, which sucks. Not only because it's normal and it can't attack, but it just overall sucks. What it does is use it and does damage, and then if you get hit, Charmeleon will get more angry, and then the give me your soul. Fetch me their souls. Hold on. I can do it. Fetch me their souls. I think I did better the first time for the Call of Duty Zombie. Anyways, Rage will continue more damage when it gets hit, but it just sucks. So if you use that, you just give me blood. I know I'm stopping. I'm just like all over the place. But Rage just sucks. Like, you can spend your turns just doing other moves which will do more damage. We got an X accuracy, and what X accuracy does, it just increases your accuracy to the max, I believe. And I didn't even see what this channeler said because I was so focused on trying to get my X accuracy knowledge right. So sorry I could have voiced that one. But you've seen channelers, you've seen what they're about, so again, they're pretty easy to take down. It's just annoying because they will use Confuse Ray, prolong the battle, they'll use Lick, which has a chance to paralyze you, and just fucks everything up, you know? And my repels aren't working because their levels are matching or are higher than the Pokemon that I had in front of our party. So basically using them, basically wasting them. Okay, Confuse Ray, like, and I think Confuse Ray doesn't have it has a higher accuracy than Supersonic, but it's not that high. Again, with my luck, I just get hit, and then look at that. With my luck, I don't get confused, or I'm not confused at that moment, but then I get fully paralyzed. You never win. So we're gonna throw out Volby and hit him with a slap, slap, slap. And of course, when one Confused Ray hits, the other one will. I could be lying, it could be 100%, but I don't remember hitting a lot of my Confused Rays. When I tried to, at least. I don't tend to use those moves unless I'm trying to catch a Pokemon or trying to not prolong the battle, but give me a chance to kind of inflict more damage. Especially if I'm fighting like a higher level Pokemon. If I'm fighting a higher level type Pokemon, then I have to do anything I can to try and beat him. You have our final channel, I believe, and has again a Ghastly. And that cut that we did was a instant transmission to the Purify Zone. I could have said Pokemon Center to make it cooler, but you know, just take the instant transmission 1-4 down. Just to heal our Mons and make sure that they're... Again, I'm trying to train Zuko to become a Charizard so that he can become Book 3 Zuko and just tear the rest of the league apart. So he's going to keep continuous... Because Nightshade actually does a good amount of damage. And then we get confused as well. It's just not a great thing. This is where I was... And this is where I got like, are you serious? I wasn't taking a shit. I was like, are you serious? I can never win with this confusion shit. So again, Zuko fainted again. There's no will to fight. I think I was just like forcing like, wake your ass up, come on. But we had to trek on with our other Mons. It sucks because at this point I really was just trying hard so that Zuko can evolve into Book 3 Zuko. We can have that flying type as our second type and learn some, you know, some pretty unique moves. At least to Gen 1. So take him down. We're good. Something fell out. There's no even a reason to give a voice, just something fell out. We have a rare candy, and it's funny that I had a Raleigh College before we get into this one. So this one is it's a different sprite. It's a level 30. We can't do anything about it, so we can try and fight it. He's too scared to move. Get out! Get out! Kind of like that DK64. Get out! But we're using escape rope, so that's different. An escape rope just basically takes you back to the last Pokemon Center that you healed at. So we can't do anything now because we don't have, as we've learned, the Silph Scope to ID ghosts. So we're going on our way to see if we can get a Silph Scope. So we go to the left of, I was about to say Vermilion City. We go to the left of Lavender Town. And we encounter some trainers along the way. I also taught Zuko Mega Punch because he needs more moves that can do a bit some more damage, and we have to train him. So Mega Punch is a really dope move that does damage. I also taught him Dig because Dig is pretty cool to use as well, just to give him some variety and make sure that, let's say we do encounter like an electric type, I can take him out with Dig and give him some experience. And double slap is a move that I never understood. It says double slap, and when you hear double slap, you would think two, which as you saw right there, it is doing more than two slaps. So it's not called double slap. That may be a translation ish or error. They probably meant like multi slap, but it's still called double slap in future generations. So what's the deal? What's the deal, guys? What's the deal, Game Freak? As mentioned, we only have Ember, but once we learn Flamethrower, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. I'm a rambling, gambling dude. And here I have HM.2 because I just wanted to, show you guys that you can cut and kind of have a little shortcut through and not really encounter those trainers. So you go straight through it. You can go continue on, but we're not gonna do that because we are bloodthirsty tyrants, and these guys are aligned weirdly. But we forgot this guy, so we're going to take him out. Yeah, I was just saying that's where we start off, that's where we end off, and that's we have a super nerd, and I'm trying to remember why I showed off this battle. We've seen. Oh, that's also another reason. It's also good against poison, so beautiful. I'm trying to remember. It has Muck. As the evolved form of Grimer, Muck. Duh, a new Pokemon. That's a move I hate too. I fucking hate poison gas because it has a chance. It doesn't do damage to you, but it will poison you immediately. So just be wary about that. That's why I use Dig, because when you're underground, you won't get hit. And I don't know if it starts with this gen, or next gen. But be careful if you do use Dig. If your opponent uses Earthquake, it will do double the damage because you're under the ground, so it makes sense. It's not logical, or it's not logical. That's a nerd voice, or as I do, this is my nerd voice. It's not logical, guys. And she says we look silly standing there. Yeah, you guys do. You guys look like we're in formation. Get it, Beyonce. Hey. Saying Meowth's cute. And because these guys are optional, we're able to cut them out, thankfully. And we have one more. I like Nidoran. And can you guess why we're showing this off, guys? Yeah. We technically have a new Pokemon. I also taught Oogway Bubble Beam for the moment because it's just a better bubble. And like I said, for this early, well, I wouldn't say early, but for this time in the game, Bubble Beam is pretty dope. But we have Nidorina, which is the evolved form of Nidoran female. Since we have our Nidoran male and then evolve, so we just want to show off the opposite gender. And it does evolve into Nido Queen, so as mentioned before, whichever gender we came across first in the first part, I was gonna have it on my team because they both evolve into ground poison, or when they evolve into King or Queen, they become part ground, and that helps us against Lieutenant Surge. And also, when we get to next gen, actually, let me save that for next part. Let me get too ahead of myself. I'm just like you guys, just very impatient. But checking every tile, make sure there's no items. And here is where I also do some dodging of some trainers, just because this is also for the U glitch, I believe, just in case I fucked up the first time, which we'll see. Probably not. I don't. But we're on our way to the next city, and that person was talking about Celadon City. So just put two and two together. we're on our way to Celadon City. This guy talks about the sleepy Pokemon near Celadon City. So if you remember the guy who on the SSN who talked about sleeping type Pokemon, there is a Snorlax nearby Celadon City. So keep that in mind. And we hit Celadon City, and we're also reaching the end of part 10. So I'll see you guys in the next part, part 11.